Pretty simple in the end for Djokovic. Obviously the net court helped, but Nadal had put himself in a poor position with the approach.
He very rarely does that on such an important point. So Djokovic draws first blood.
Let first serve.
It's a perfect start to such an important game.
And for me, that's the shot he's been struggling with the most since the comeback. And you can see a little bit of frustration there. Just replaying the shot in his mind. He's still unsure whether he needs to stand far back and return the second serve or try and take it early.
30 love.
And even when he has managed to get his racket on the ball, he's being a little unsure as to what type of return to hit as well. Sometimes just chipping the backhand, sometimes trying to hit over it, but when he has done, it's dropped short. Allows the opposition to gain the upper hand in the rally very early on. I like the tactic though. He can't get down about missing the shot.
It's good variety. Caught Nadal off guard. Again, another thing to remember, folks at home, when somebody does slice a ball and you're hitting a volley, the slice of the return on the slice of the volley together makes the ball go down into the net. You've got to aim a little higher off a sliced shot when you're volleying. How good is that? Pinpoint accuracy. He's hit that shot really well. Gives it the double trouble here. Back behind him to the exact same spot. Oh, guy's on fire.
It's been one of the best 5 games that I've seen Djokovic play this season, really, on a hard court. Some phenomenal ball striking, puts him in a commanding position. Absolutely crucial for Djokovic to take his game to Nadal, to play first strike tennis, and he's done that beautifully so far. 30% of the ground strokes that he's hit have been played inside the baseline, and the execution of that game plan has been spot on, and he's forced Nadal onto his back foot.
Certainly has. Nadal spending 93% of the time camped well behind the baseline. He's having to do so much defending, opening up the court for Djokovic. And as a result, he finds himself in trouble big time here in the opening set.
Love 15.
It's a brilliant return. Struck so sweetly out of the centre of the racket.
What was your feeling on playing lefties? Did you enjoy it or not?
No, I found it really difficult. because not only is the wide serve to the backhand, but that serve into the body as well of the forehand, so very difficult to be aggressive on. Such an advantage being a left-hander. That's good stuff. And I think he's realised that he's going to have to mix it up a little bit, because Djokovic is winning the majority of these baseline rallies that they're having.
Well, he's bossing virtually all of the points from the back of the court, so this play is definitely on. And I like finishing off as well. Lots of short steps as he approached that volley. Keep himself nicely on balance.
It's an interesting point that you make, right-hander against a left-hander. I personally think this matchup is a relatively good one for Djokovic, because Nadal naturally plays to the right-hander's backhand most of the time on serve and from the back of the court, and Djokovic has a great backhand. It's much stronger than his forehand.
It certainly is, and it's also, from the back of the court, it's also easier to hit the forehand cross-court off a left-hander. I found that. I like that playing against them from the baseline.
Proving your point magnificently well there. Another unforced error from the Spaniard. After an excellent rally from Djokovic, the backhand holding up initially and the forehand cross-court working extremely well. That shot has been rock solid so far this evening. And Djokovic now just a game away from wrapping up this opening set relatively comfortably.
So strange, tennis. So difficult to explain matchups to people who don't follow the sport that much, but as you can see, there's no question that he enjoys Nadal's style of tennis. Every time they play, it's good matches. Even when he's not playing his best tennis, when he comes up against Nadal, glove seems to fit beautifully.
Djokovic lost to Nadal in the Olympics last year in Beijing. That, of course, was played in a hard court, but it was a tight match as well. 6-4 in the third, in the semi-finals there. And, of course, he's had epic matches with Nadal this year on the clay.
49.
Some of the best tennis I've seen this season played by these two in Monte Carlo in the final there, in Rome, of course, in the final there, and in Madrid. That semi-final was out of this world. And he's continuing in that rich vein of form this evening, Djokovic. 3 set points.
Oh, that's labour-like in its execution. But those kind of shots have been few and far between. Again, it's Nadal doing so much defending.
Still set point.